record on this computer. Is it okay to record? Good. Yes, no?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the code for pancreatic cancer?
So in this study, there are 4 different codes based on the code is 25, but based on the site of pancreas, like if it is head, it is 25.0. If it's body, it's 25.1. For tail, it's 25.2, and for duct, it is 25.3.
So they're all 25, right?
Yeah, they all are 25. So sorry, the study mainly is to look for gastric obstruction in pancreatic cancer, the demographic hospital survey. Is it possible if we can compare between 4 different types based on the site of pancreas? Like if there is a difference in demographics, plus in hospital course mortality or association, like we do for all other studies.
Okay. So all the 4 different types you're saying?
Yeah, like based on the site of pancreas. Yeah, I haven't made the tables for that yet. I think so. I made just the basic table just for the pancreatic cancer in total.
Yeah, so the first step, you have to get the population out, right?
Yeah.
So this person did not really.
So what's the topic here?
This patient did, this person did national trends and hospitalization related to pancreatic cancer and acute pancreatitis patients. Not very well written paper, so that's why I probably went into a smaller journal. But they did not even mention like
the ICD codes.
What ICD code did they use? Okay, let's go in here. This is class 1, much better journal. They use ICD 9, 157. Okay. So ICD 10 pancreatic cancer. It says C25. So the problem is most people would have actually labeled this. Okay, so C25 is all cancer, right?
All like all.
And then this is head, body, tail, duct. And then there's the endocrine pancreas.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know. I mean,
But the people, most of the people have labeled this. I'm sure.
Like malignant, metastatic.
There's no metastatic here.
Oh, it's unspecified.
Yeah, unspecified. That's a problem with most key codes in this. So let's do this. This is I10DX, right? I10DX. And this is up to 40. How many are there? Let's look at the data set. I10 up to 40. Okay. So that's what I is like X, right? So this is what is saying that I is from 1 to 40, which means this. And if we run this, let's see. And then I'm going to run one with unspecified. Okay. So gen unspecified P cancer 0. And then I'm going to put, what was that? C25.9. C25.9, why is it saying? Oh, it's because of this line. There's no line here. This line.
482.
See, this is like a majority. The people are labeled unspecified.
Like in the hospital diagnosis code, like people have used this more often. Mhm.
So if you write like table unspecified cancer and pancreatic, what does that say? Pancreatic CA. So I'm looking at the 2x2 table. How many is this? How many is that? So this is downloaded. Come on.
Download it faster on your computer, because it took me around 2 to 3 hours to upload this link.
So I'm gonna put this, I think I have this here. Put it here. Yeah. Okay, where were we? Has it given me anything yet? Why is this taking so long? Should be pretty quick.
Mm.
It looks like this is going to be majority. So see, 22,000, 8,000 are unspecified.
There will be just few thousand for each category, like for head, body, or tail.
Yeah. Now you can do a sensitivity analysis later on that, okay, this is what we have. But the main should be with just all of them.
All of them, yeah.
So your population is what?
Hospitalized pancreatic, like pancreatic cancer patient who presented with the gastric obstruction.
And what are we looking at? The gastric obstruction and their outcomes?
Their outcomes. And also like the type of treatment they received. Basically 4 types of treatment, either stenting or gastric resection. And the third one, there are 4, just a minute.
Here it is, ERCP or surgical procedure, jejunostomy or bypass procedure.
Yeah. So I didn't find ICD code for the last 3 one. I don't know why.
That's what the last 3.
Yeah, ERCP, stent placement, gastrojejunostomy, and US guided gastroenterostomy.
So which one you didn't find? ERCP?
All 3. Let me
But ERCP, I have that. So
for ERCP?
yeah, ERCP ICD-10 is
So ERCP ICD-10, I found for biliary, but I didn't found for gastric obstruction.
Oh, gastric obstruction. ERCP is going to be the same.
Yeah, okay. Because it is through the pancreatic duct.
No, so it's the EGD, right?
Yeah.
So you're doing EGD
Yeah.
for gastric obstruction. You're doing gastric obstruction or pancreatic obstruction?
Gastric obstruction.
Yeah, so you will be doing the same EGD for, so ERCP is going to be for the duct,
For the duct, yeah.
not for the gastric obstruction. If there's gastric obstruction, they might not be doing.
Because I found this treatment in one of the paper for gastric obstruction. Let me pull that out.
There might be EGD. So EGD is done.
Yeah, EGD is there. Let me see if I found that paper.
Okay, now this will go faster. Table once PCA. Okay, so see this, the unspecified is 36,000, non-specified is like 27,000. And
Dr. Qureshi, we can remove ERCP stent. I don't know why I did it. Because that will be for the biliary only.
so you are saying what?
We can remove ERCP stent placement.
Okay.
Yeah, because that would be just for the biliary.
Yeah. So I don't think so. You need to. You can still do it.
Yeah.
You can still do it. Okay, let me. So here's what's gonna happen. So I made this. Okay, this is saved. Clear all, right? And then I open 2019. I'm gonna run the same codes. It's 10 GB, takes time, I guess. Yeah, it takes a long time. So but you see how it's done. I have this code in that I gave to you.
Yeah, in the do file. Yeah.
In the do file. So I'll show you how to join them. What you should do is once you join them, you delete if the pancreatic cancer is 0. So that will make you the population. And then you should code all the variables that you are looking for. And then we can meet again.
Sure. So
Okay.
one more thing I want to ask you. Do I need to code everything like comorbidities, AFib, ventricular fibrillation, MI, whatever, like peritonitis or perforation?
Yes.
Okay.
Once you have created something like this, then you will not need to code again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll do that. And what else? Okay, let me start with this. First, I'll combine and generate this file.
Yeah, I'll show you how to combine. It's very easy. So,
yeah.
So this is open. Oh, so everything is large. I think it will be fine. Oh yeah, IDX is so if I want to change this to lowercase, data lowercase. I think it is like lowercase age till what's the last? Pancreatic cancer. Help lowercase. I don't think that's, maybe it's lower. What was that? So lower. How do I convert to lowercase? Rename lower. Okay. Rename age to this. Yes. Okay. Now it's going to work. It's quicker. Okay. So this is 2019, right?
2019.
So save as this 2019. Now what you're going to do is clear all, open again the 2018. It's open and you go to data here. You say combine data set.
Yeah.
And because you are appending, you're attaching at the end, 2018, 16, 17, 18, right? At the end, you're attaching it. So you go to append, like appendix, you know. So you're going to select this one, 2019, you're appending. And just okay. Ta-da, that's it.
Okay, nothing to write, nothing.
No. Basically, if you want to write the code, this is the code. Append using this. Give that area.
Sure.
But it's easier to do that way. Now you do tab here and you can see 16, 17, 18, everything is there.
Sure. And Dr. Rishi, from 16 to 19, I think so 17 and 19, sorry, 18 and 19 have 4 files instead of 3 files.
Yes.
So it doesn't affect the when we combine data set?
No, so you combine data set the same way. Did you combine it already?
Yeah, like individual for 16, 17,
Yeah.
but I haven't combined.
Yeah,
here.
sometimes they have these, you see these DXCCR, these are extra in there.
Because we need this.
Remember I told you sometimes you can use even this code other than the ICD code. I gave you a file where you can find the CCSR code. So like what they have done, if somebody has a lot of diagnosis, you know, so like them stroke has a lot of variables. So let me tell you what I'm talking about. File was this file structure, ICD codes. So if you go, you see the CCS, so ICD-9 has CCS, clinical classification software. What they have done is they have made, so because every, like for example, MI has so many variables, right? So they have combined it into one. already. So this is CCSR. This is for ICD-10. So if I click this, this is 2019 CCS. So if you click it, zip file. I want the, why is it doing this? Okay. These are all the variables, but just a second. This may be. Yeah, this is the one. I gave, it's also in one of the zip files I gave. So let me find on this one, the CCS, this one, CCSR. You go to this one, DXCCR, and you come down. It gives you the full detail what it is. But what it is basically like disease of circulatory system are 39. You can just put 39 in that code and it will give you all of them.
Oh.
So like fracture, all of the fracture are injury 001. They are all coded into one. Make you understand better where. I don't really use it, that's why.
I think so somebody used it at our hospital, like the statistician in our hospital.
Yeah, because that's an easy way to do it. So like, but that's not an accurate. So like neoplasms will be all NEO. So why is it not showing? Let me show you how does the data shows you. So where it is. I usually delete them, but you can use them in if you're doing like a stroke, so or something like that. So you go. See, this is DXCCSR, right? Where are they, by the way? So like 3. Why are they not showing? So like this is the major diagnosis. So like neo, this patient has neoplasm. This is digestive. Neo 7-4, infection, skin. So it's the main reason why they were admitted. Okay, this is some related to circulation. You don't really need to use it, in short.
So the other files are sufficient.
But yeah, it can give you an information about a particular patient. So I'm going to drop it from here. The same thing with P class as well. That's for procedure. That's why there are so many files. So like these are all infectious 1, 2, 3, and you saw that in the, where did it go?
So for a procedure, do we need that in our study? Like we are doing endoscopic stenting, gastrostomy?
If you want to show like what procedures were done, sure.
Yeah, because for this study, I think so the procedure is one of the main things.
Procedure is what?
Procedure is one of the main thing, like what different procedures were done on these patients.
Yeah. You can find those procedures. So let me just replace this. So now it's much smaller data set, much quicker that I can work on. In the do file, so I have all the pancreatic. Now the next would be the exposure variable, which is the gastric outlet obstruction. Do you have the code for that?
Yeah, let me open that.
And gastric outlet obstruction. K31.5, is this the one?
Yeah. Where is it? Yeah. K31.1, yes. I did.
What happened?
Would it be 31.1? I know it's not hypertrophic pyloric stenosis, but when I searched, it says all the other reasons for gastric outlet obstruction. I searched for malignant gastric outlet obstruction.
It is possible it might be this. We'll just, because in adult you should not have this.
Yeah, because I searched for malignant gastric obstruction and it showed me 31.1, K31.1.
Yeah, so let's do both of them.
Yeah.
Okay, that's significant. Tab GOO. So 5% of the patients have it. That's a reasonable number.
Yeah. So we did both K31.1 and 31.5.
Yeah, I mean you can separate them as well. You can say duodenal.
Yeah.
We can find out some. D and duodenal is gonna be this, right? And then you can see tab GOO, DOO. So as you can see, there's an overlap.
Yeah.
This is both. This is only gastric.
Yes.
Actually, this is interesting. This is both. This is only gastric, but there's none which is just duodenal obstruction. You understand what I'm saying? There's no, so whenever there's gastric obstruction,
Yeah.
it's coded with duodenal obstruction.
So it has to be both combined.
Yeah, I think you should use both combined. See, the duodenal obstruction in total at 2,600.
Yeah.
The gastric obstruction is 4,000. Well, because we have those total.
Total in number, yeah.
We have both.
Yeah. Now the tables are different. When we did the course last time, I think so.
So this is gastric and this is duodenal.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, got it.
You can do separate as well, but I think in the beginning do both.
Combine is fine. Yeah.
Combine. So that's reasonable. Okay, so I'm gonna save this data and I'm gonna. Is that good? So why don't you